Hey, how you doing, guys? I want to put on my glasses so I look very studious, okay? Uh, Today I'm going to open up this box. It hasn't been sitting that long, maybe like a year. That's about it, a year, maybe a year and a half. Uh, this is the Gilberto by Oliva. A little bit about Gilberto. This is an Ecuadorian Connecticut torpedo, I hope, with a Nicaraguan binders and fillers. And it's to honor the founder, Gilberto Oliva. He started his journey way back in the '60s, early '60s, in Cuba, and after the revolution, he went ahead and started the Oliva Company in 1995. In between this, that, and the other thing, roller, whatever he was doing, I'm not that familiar with his entire history year by year. But in 1995, he started the Oliva Company. This particular line was introduced 2015, 2014. And it's to honor his father. It's a mild to medium. I've had them before, obviously. It's a mild to medium smoke. Sometimes there's like a little bit of a construction issue, but not often. It's a really good cigar. It's a low price point, but really worthy for me to mention. You see this out here. This is not something to run away from. It's a decent smoke. It comes in this Vitola is a 6x52 torpedo. Um, its presentation is, it's quite unique presentation. It's not unique. It's a simple box. In other words, unique to some of the other crazy stuff that's going on over there. But so this, I mean, there's boxes that are unbelievable. What they're doing now with marketing is just incredible. Just anything to get out there. Some boxes are just insane. But I like that. It adds collectability to it. It adds quite a bit to the industry. It makes it fun. It's not for everyone. Big boxes, but there it is. It's, uh, and it's a nice looking stick. Okay. A nice looking stick. The designs are like so. Okay. This is how they present it. It's got a cedar sheath on it, and we're going to smoke it. Okay. Again, Gilberto Oliva, nothing to run away from. Uh, the Oliva Company was established in 1995. The founder was Gilberto Oliva, and this was done in honor of him. Um, and that's all. That's all. It's just the whole Oliva brand. You can go on and on and on. But I just want to emphasize this stick. Okay. Thanks, guys. That was quick. So I'm going to light it up. I'm going to remove the sheet. Okay. All right. And this is a shot of, you know, the cigar. It's got a beautiful wrapper. I mean, the wrapper is nice. Um, a really nice smoke, triple cap on it. Okay. And I'm going to cut it. Oh, got my cutter. And I just basically shave, just scalp it at the end. like you've heard 1,000 times. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there that tell you you could never put it back, but you can take off a little bit more. But generally speaking, if you scalp this thing and you expose the filler and the binder and you take it off neatly, if you don't have a tight drawer, very seldom does going deeper really help. You need to maybe poke it a little bit, but I have had times when if I did go a little bit deeper, like a 16th of an inch or something like that, like a tiny bit, all of a sudden it improved. I can't explain that, but it has happened. But be cautious about going too deep. It makes your experience stupid, you know. So that's about how much I cut off. I mean, I hope you could see it. It's the first time I'm doing the video like this way, but anyway, and that's what it is, okay? I test the drawer, wonderful drawer. Little bit of hay, I would call it that. Some sweetness, um, and an overall mild profile. Okay, there's not much of there's some toning in the filler, which would indicate the different leaves, different oil contents from different areas of the plant, whether the head viso seco, volado, and always remember that if there's a wrapper that you enjoy, that you really love this wrapper, right? You try it the next time a ring down. That way you'll get more of the effect of the wrapper into your smoke, okay? Simple high R swear, right? Um, so on the smaller rings, there's more influence from the wrapper, okay? As long as it's the same blend I'm talking about. And on the larger ring, you have influence of the overall profile of the filler, the binder. You begin to decrease the impact that the wrapper has when you increase the ring. Okay. So if you like a certain wrapper, you're in love with Ecuador, Connecticut, try it. Try them smaller. It might improve the flavor for you. Okay. You'll certainly notice it more. Now I'm going to light it. There's wonderful cigar makers out there. I'm not going to mention his name. And he says, you light it the way you like it. And he's, I have I can't compete with that guy. I mean, there's no freaking way. This guy is a legend in the industry. But he likes it the most stupid way. I might as well just give him my beat tank. Okay? I mean, a settling torch. I have no idea. Light it over the stove. People have. And he blasts it right there. He did that right in a YouTube video with, I think, with Tim. But it's just, to me, that's ridiculous. If you want to know, does it really impact the flavor, how you light it? Well, I'll tell you what. Take a piece of Wonder Bread, stick it in the toaster, burn it to crap, and then take one piece, do it right, number two setting, number three setting, lightly butter both of them, and you tell me if it makes a difference, okay? You tell me, all right? So, um, when I light it, try. The flame is going to touch a little bit, but you don't. You try to get it to toasting, right? You rotate it. Right now I got the fans going. You rotate it a little bit, okay? You gotta get that outside. You gotta get that wrapper and the binder kind of melding together. You gotta make sure you light it up. Sometimes you'll see black spots as you're lighting the end. Now it's important that you take your time with that. Those are the oils in those leaves. They're harder to combust because there's a lot of flavor there. And that's what you don't want to char, actually. Okay? You don't want to overheat because it's black and then put the torch right on there. That's the oil, baby. And that wants to come out. I do this when I'm handing the cigar to somebody. When you do it yourself, you just blow on it. Okay? So that's what you do. And there you go. Okay? Nicely lit. For smoke, a little pepper, some coffee, some earthiness to it. really nice smoke. So with an Ecuador, Connecticut, he's obviously the binder and the filler are stepped up. They're not your regular. They're stepped up a bit. They're bringing something to the table as opposed to just creating a diameter. Okay, so when you see this guy, don't dismiss it. Okay, do not dismiss it. All right, grab it, give it a try. Just because it's got a low price point doesn't mean there's some cigars that are phenomenal at $10. There's some cigars that have had $400 that are just like, please don't ever give me that again. Okay, again, no names, but you know who you are, the burn guy. You know who you are. Let's just say that if I ever got flamed like that, I wouldn't be comfortably numb. Okay. All right. Take care, man, guys. See you next time. Hey, I just wanted to bring you up to date on the smoke. Okay, this is how it's burning, and it's been a wonderfully well put together cigar. That's how it is. That's the best way I can say it. It's just drawing beautifully, and I'm really enjoying the heck out of it. Um, but I wanted to point something out. I had mentioned that this was a torpedo. Yeah, so like I said, I had mentioned that this was a torpedo. It's not. I was hoping for a torpedo, but upon opening, I didn't. I was kind of speechless. I didn't know what to say, so I'm letting you know right now. It's burning beautifully, and it's a 5 3/4 by 43 Corona. But like I said, the smaller the ring, the more impact of the wrapper, and this has got a beautiful Ecuadorian wrapper. I mean, um, very the capillaries, the seams are tight. You could barely see it. Okay, and look at that ash. I mean, it's just blowing very and it's blowing beautifully. Okay, it's just absolutely drawing, pulling properly. Very nice smoke. Okay, very nice smoke. Everyone should have a box of these laying around somewhere. Um, they're they're very good, and their price point. Just check it out. Go to your local BM. I'm sure they'll be able to work with you. Most guys are, they're trying to keep the door open. Um, I avoid the online experience. I know it's a little bit cheaper, but you know what happens? Like I've said it before, they're not going to go out there and fight for these rules and regulations that come up at the embryonic level. Let's say right in your local community, he's upset with this guy smoking. It starts at the firehouse where someone tells you that you can't smoke within 20 feet of a wall. That's how it starts. Okay. Meanwhile, you don't inhale these. There's no chemicals in them. I'm not trying to preach uh, anything here. Okay. You got to make your own medical decision. Okay. But everything in life, in moderation. My father used to say in Italian, soverchio, rumbeluco verchio. And it's too much, breaks the cover all the time. It busts it open. Okay, so be careful how much pasta you put in there, how much tobacco you put in there. Keep the densities correct and all of that. Okay, but otherwise, it's a very good smoke. Gilberto Oliva was the founder. The company was founded in 1995. In 2014, this line, the Gilberto Oliva, this happens to be the Reserva Blanc. Okay, this is the Reserva Blanc, and really, really nice. Okay, as you can see, this is what you expect. And the drawer, I keep doing that. I usually don't, but plenty of smoke, plenty of smoke. Mild to medium, very approachable, even from novice down to an experienced guy. You will feel this on your palate. Okay, and you'll feel it gently, but it will be there. Okay. And thanks for watching. I'm going to be doing more of these, and anywhere, all nothing is excluded from inexpensive, approachable sticks that are good to inexpensive, approachable sticks that are bad, and to ones that are really up there. Now, the ones that are up there, I got to tell you, the only edge that they have that I can see, and I don't know this for a fact because I've had beautiful um, lesser expensive sticks that just the construction was amazing, but I've had some that it's awful. More so in the inexpensive ones that I find in the well priced ones. Now, the only thing I can think of the reasoning for that would be that maybe they could afford to pay more for the rollers. You know, they're running out of rollers. Nicaragua did 190, I think, 90 million cigars in 2019. They're up to 240, 250, 260 right now. Okay. The Dominican is going up. There's tabacaleras all over the place, and near Santiago, the Tamboril area. They're doing tobaccos from Haiti, and now just up north because the soil knows no boundary. Okay. So it's a political thing, but the soil continues up in the Cibao Valley where it's going to get that fullness there. Um, the tobacco is more from the south of the Dominican being introduced, but it's a lot of big salt content there. So they mix it up. You can't make it straight from that tobacco. They're blending it with others, but that's what blending is, right? And that's what they're doing, okay? But it's all over the place. Jamaica's being reintroduced, okay? They were, for God knows how long that they've been making tobaccos. When I mentioned, the tobaccos from everywhere, I remembered that I have this unique little box. This is pre Gilberto. Get it, the connection? But anyway, it was a hurricane devastated the Jamaican tobacco crop. Then the Gore family started doing some work in the Dominican. Okay, but this is actually a sealed. This is pre-Gilbert hurricane. This is all Jamaican tobacco. It's a box with 5 sticks, um, and this is like a beautiful thing that I would never get rid of. I got another one with 15, but this one here is just so cute. But anyway, so there's tobaccos from everywhere, and they are making a comeback. You can find a nice article on Cigar Aficionado, 1999. They had kind of a write up of how they're coming back, and all that stuff. But there's a lot of tobaccos being introduced. Nick Melillo from Foundation Cigars, he's got a tobacco called the Cow's Tongue, and he's going to be introducing that. There's a lot of Abduya tobacco putting in. There's just so much happening. You got the Volado, the Seco, the Viso, the Ligero, the Corona, quote unquote, medio temp, whatever. Um, you got all these parts of the anatomy. You got the broadleaves, store cut, um, and you got the different varieties. Just think of a 4 number combination of how many blends you could do, and each one of those anatomical parts of the plant gives you 3 or 4 primings, whatever. Okay, and each one that you go up and down will change the profile. So just imagine. That's why we have 550 to 600, like where you can almost blind, close your eyes, you can find in any state, anywhere, anyhow, and you could find it. And then you got 43,000 other brands that are just like Rocky Patel made a Twins cigar for the Twins Lounge in New Jersey, and which beautiful smoke. Uh, Rocky Cigars out in Syracuse, New York. They got the U-boat from Steve Saka. So I'm talking about there's even a cigar in Tombstone, Arizona for Doc Holliday. There's lots of makers out there. There's Dietrich Story. There's a guy. There's people everywhere that are making cigars. Okay, there's lots of brands, lots of things to choose from, and some of them are quite exceptional. Okay, um, so anyway, that's the story. By the way, I did ask the cigar, but look at this thing. Look at this Corona here. Not a torpedo 652. This is a Corona 5 3/4 by 43. Okay, but still lovely smoke, approachable price point. I would smoke, and I do keep a box of this any day, every day. Okay, you can count on this smoke. Okay, see you next time, guys. Bye.